2020 read. All right, hey Virgos, this is your January 2020 read. Quick announcement, I've opened up my spot for some one-on-one power hour readings if you want to work with spirit. Just go to kellylunt.com/power hour with spirit. I'll link to it in the upper right-hand corner on YouTube, and I'll link to it in the description on Facebook. Instagram, you'll have to go to my website. I will probably soon get it up in the link. So that's there, but without that, let's just go straight to the reading. So Virgos, I'm going to channel Spirit's message for you at first, and then I'm going to read the tarot cards for you. So Virgos, letting go can be painful and tough. However, we need to redirect your attention. Right now, you think you're letting go of a person, a place, a situation, whether it's an ex that you wanted to get back with, whether it's a good relationship with a coworker, whether it's your boss liking you. You think it's a person that you have to let go of. There was a little bit of personal growth and introspection to be had with that person that hasn't come full circle for you. You're doing powerful ass. A lot of you, it's about love. Some of you, it's just about more harmonious work environment. Some of you, it's about being able to have a prestigious career, while being respected, while being loved at work. It's not about letting go of that person. They were the one who got away. It didn't work. It's about letting go of your old way of being. Many of the ways that you acted, many of the ways that you treated the person, many of your characteristic, your personality traits are, in psychology terms, we think they're called defense mechanisms. You were trying to protect yourself. So, of course, love yourself for trying to protect yourself, but recognize that if you want that great love, you can't keep someone at arm's length. Even though you've learned boundaries, you've learned how to assert yourself. Some of you are even defending them to a fault. You got to let go of the old way of being. You are not going to attract in similar people to what used to be in your old life, Virgos. So you can't treat the new people, the people who don't even think to hurt you, the people who are on your side, the people who are on your team, who want to know what are your needs so they can help naturally meet them. They're not going to tolerate the hard boundaries, the yelling, the whatever you did to protect yourself, Virgo. They're going to go, where is this mistrust coming from? Why don't they trust me? Why don't they don't want to be on my team? And that is a normal reaction on their part, Virgos. That is a normal reaction on their part. Virgos, it's kind of time to stop putting down the microscope, the magnifying lens when it comes to your love life. Well, let me see how they react to this. Well, let me see how they respond to this. Well, if they do good, then in 3 months' time, well, if they make it through the holidays, then all. If they, then all. I got to see them get through this, then all let my guard down. Then all trust them more. Virgos, the only people who like that kind of behavior are those cluster bees, those psychopaths, the manipulators. Or, oh, I earned his trust, now I can get my way. You have got to trust yourself, Virgo. You can act the old way. You're going to keep attracting in those cray people, or you're gonna the people who aren't trying to be like crazy. No one really is, but people have things to outgrow from their childhood. They're not going to tolerate that. They want that unconditional love, Virgo. You're either going to let go of your old way or you're not. It ultimately boils down to, do you trust yourself? Can you spot the signs of if someone hears your needs and responds in a loving way? If they can't meet your need, are they, oh, I wish I could. Here's why I can't. What else can we do? That's a good sign, Virgo. Trust yourself, Virgo, so that when you spot the signs, you just say no to that person. In the past, you would spot the signs and go, well, I'm on to their signs, so I'm therefore in control and power. Since I see what's going on, I can keep them at bay. What happens when you get the person who wasn't doing that, who you just needed to clarify with. You're going to unjustifiably hurt them. You can't really hurt people, but you're going to unjustifiably take your past baggage, your past, and put it on the new person who wasn't trying to be that way. It really boils down to, do you trust yourself to see the red flags, the old signs of the way old people used to treat you, and just move along and say no to them and allow the new people in, recognizing that it will be a new way of being for you to go, hey, hold on, ouch, that hurt. How did you mean that? Someone who's being truthful, someone who's being honest, someone who's in integrity. This is how I feel. This is what I want. Oh, I meant it this way. It's going to be obvious then from the person who's, I think you're misperceiving that. They're going to be, wait, what happened? What's going on? That's a good thing to go towards. I think you need to go get evaluated. I think you need a therapist. Like, we can't give you hard, here's a red flag, here's a green flag. Because sometimes if someone does say, perhaps therapy could help us, let's go to therapy together, that's a green flag. That's a go for that person. No, I think something's wrong with you. Gaslighting. Cluster B. Can you trust yourself to see the difference? And just because they use the word therapy, which might trigger you, can you see it for hey, this person actually wants to go to therapy with me. So we're doing something together. Versus the person who something's wrong with you, you need to go to therapy. Can you see the difference, Virgos? You got to start to spot the differences. And even though you may be triggered, even though you may feel wobbly with the new person and the new way they're acting, okay, let's do it. I would feel more comfortable if we started with a fresh, brand new therapist. They might say, okay, we could do that. Or they might go, oh, you don't want to use mine? Mine's pretty good. No, babe, I'd feel really more comfortable if we just got a fresh one. Okay, that's a healthy conversation, Virgo. Start navigating towards those. You got to let some defense mechanisms go, some protection mechanisms go. You gotta let that big guard down of everyone's out to get me, Virgo. If you want that one love, you've got to let that guard go down. And with that, we invite Kelly to pull a Celtic cross. What's up, everyone? Hey to everyone who's catching this live. I got a little bit of a cold, so sorry for the sniffles. Let's see, Spirit said to pull a Celtic cross. Virgos, if you want help with dropping those old ways of protecting yourself and get into the vibration of the new love, and if you want help navigating conversations, I'm great with that. That's exactly what a power hour would be good for. Ooh, Virgos. Virgos, you guys are turning into little love bugs. Okay, so the soul kind of lesson for the whole month is you got the 10. You got the 10 of Earth. So you do want that happy home life. You want that. And it's a happy home life where there's enough money, enough sustenance, enough resources. And you want the pretty wife, the handsome husband, and the family life where there's also no money struggle. You guys want that. Your soul is I'm finally ready to experience love in a whole new way. The human kind of stuff that's getting in the way and crossing it. You got the 2 of Air upright. And this is it's kind of honestly, this message is going along with what Spirit said. You're unwilling to change some of your attitudes. And it's coming from, how in love, how they always say, love should be easy. Love should just flow. The person you're with, it shouldn't feel like work. You're kind of putting the person in a box, Virgo. You're kind of okay, if love is just supposed to be easy, here's all the things that I like, and here's the little room I made for them. If they behave this way, act this way, accept that I'm super busy. Let's just do the example. Say you're a doctor. You don't really tell the person your schedule. You're I'm a doctor. I'm busy. Don't bug me. If they're wait, what? Why not? Why can't I know your schedule? What's going on? And if you're doing your protection or defense mechanism thing and pushing them away, don't try to mess with my work. That's exactly what Spirit was talking about in the one-on-one. Or you can replace that with a lawyer. You can replace that with any career, but I'm just trying to give you guys a practical example. You're thinking they're trying to take away from my work, distract from my work, when no, they're just trying to get to know you better. So that, because if they know your schedule, then they won't text you when you're busy. If they do text you when you're busy and they're like an anxious attachment style, they may not be the one for you. But if you tell them, hey, so this is when I'm working, this is when I'm free, but I still need time to myself, then the person will be like, oh, okay, well, what kind of time do you need to yourself? Them trying to gain an understanding of when they can contact you, when they can expect to be around with you, that's okay, Virgos. If you say, hey, yes, I have 3 days off, but I kind of need a day after working those really long hours to just decompress. Oh, okay, babe, that sounds fine. I'll miss you. I'd love to be able to hang out with you and just like lay in bed with you, but I understand. Do we get to hang out the next 2 days? That's healthy. If they're, well, no, I need to see you as soon as you get off, like, Virgos, you gotta, excuse me, listen, you're just gonna have to kind of balance that line, because sometimes someone wants to get to know you more, Virgos. It doesn't mean they're trying to take away from your careers. And I'm saying career because it's 10 of Earth, not 10 of Cups. 10 of Earth means like you're a family man, but you also value your career too. So you got to stop being so guarded about your work with the person. You got to let them know, let them in a little bit. Like, this is what my schedule's like. This is what I need. It's trusting that you can tell them, here's what I need to do really well at work. And for them to go, okay, well, here's what I need to feel satisfied in the relationship. And then you guys coming up with a solution for both of you, because the person who's going to marry you, especially if your career is important, I can almost guarantee if your career is that important to you, you know, if you're like the president of the US, a doctor, a lawyer, whatever your career might be, or even if you're not that high, I mean, maybe you're a fire department guy, maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're a student teacher. If your career is that important to you, I can guarantee that that's part of the reason why they're attracted to you, Virgos. So it's trusting that, like, they still want to stay attracted to you. And they're like, oh, that's what you need to be the best teacher for the kids at school. That's what you need to like knock surgeries out of the park. You need complete silence in your sleep. Okay, well, why not? You tell me when your big surgeries are. I won't even be at your place, or I'll make sure that I'll take the kids out while you're first home so that you just have, I don't know, 4 hours, 8 hours, however long you need. But that's the conversation you got to have with them. Hey, this is what I do for a living. I love it about myself. It does come with a lot of, it needs support to be able to thrive so I can provide for the family. Or it's just so that I can perform at my peak and be the person that I want to be. And you still got to meet their needs too. It's not, if they really love me, they would just accept that when I say I'm busy, I'm busy. No, it's got to be, hey, I do this and then I need to recoup. Otherwise, you're just going to get me really tired and I'm going to be grumpy. Do you guys I hope that explains it enough, Virgos. There's a difference between saying, I'm a surgeon, I work a lot, you just got to be comfortable with me being busy. And hey, you know, I am busy a lot, so I don't have as much time as like other boyfriends could give you. But tell me what your needs are in a relationship so that we can kind of figure out this balance of me having my amazing career that I love and you feeling fulfilled as a partner. Because Virgo's 10 of Earth means your career is definitely up there. It's not a family first then work. You're going through here's the work, and now you're starting to bring it up to work and family are together. That's the growth you're on, Virgos. And it kind of sounds like right now you're definitely fighting and you don't want to necessarily let go of some of your personality traits, some of your ways of doing things, because it's kind of like in that situation where you're like, no, but if they would just, whatever you're filling that blank in afterwards, if they would just accept that I'm this busy, if they would just love me for who I really am, if they would just not be so needy. No, Virgos, you're not being communicative enough. You're not taking the relationship's needs as equals to your work. I guarantee you can find someone out there, as long as they feel you coming towards them. Like, let me give you an example. Like, if they're calling you late at night and they don't know your schedule and you're at work and you're like, why are they calling me? They're distracting my work. But if you didn't tell them your schedule, and if you're watching on Instagram, you're going to have to head over to my YouTube, because Instagram TV has a 15-minute limit. So head over to my YouTube channel to watch your full video, Virgos. If they don't know your schedule and you're all sitting there getting huffy puffy mad, Virgos, that's on you. And that's the hard pill to swallow that you're not wanting to swallow right now. That's on you. That's not on them. If you go, babe, this is where I'm going to be. And maybe just take a selfie of yourself and go, look, at the doctor's office, or, here, I'm at the hospital. Love you. Talk to you later. Like, why not give them reassurance? Because Virgos, there's a little bit of they are needy. The universe, God keeps putting needy people in my life. Well, no, it's really, there's nothing wrong with needing reassurance. So sometimes your partners are just looking for reassurance or looking for a safe feeling of we're a team. And it looks like right now you're just trying to protect your career a little bit too much. I hope that helps you guys. Give me comments afterwards. I'm dying curious, Virgos. Virgos, I can relate though. I'm a Capricorn. I think Virgos are a little bit more meticulous in their work than Capricorns are, but like Capricorns are definitely workhorses too. And it's kind of like, I've definitely said to some of my boyfriends, like, don't fuck with my career. Or like Saturday morning, I'm like at work and they're like, oh, let's go do this. I'm like, no, I'm working. So I'm just want to let you know you're not alone. I feel you. I totally feel you. But you got to let them know, like, hey, so I want you to come over Friday night. Like, I want you to come over and do this or that. But I also want to let you know that Saturday morning at 11, I got to start working. Because if you let them know that, then they can build up their expectations. But if you don't let them know that and they come, and I only know this because I've learned from my ex-boyfriends. They come over, they're like, oh, damn, I thought we were going to like hang out. Oh, you don't like me, huh? It's like, no, it's not that. Okay, I hope that makes it clear for you, Virgos. You gotta let them know, I really want to hang out, but I got to do this at this time. And then when you're doing that, send them a selfie. Come on, 10 seconds, and they feel loved. 10 seconds of your time, and they feel loved. That's not a bad bargain, man. Okay, because it kind of looks like in the recent past, you had a very disappointing situation. You had a situation that didn't work out the way you would have liked it to, and it was definitely some sort of relationship, whether it's romantic or not. It could just be with a coworker. It could just be with a boss. This is kind of looking to be a little bit of a love read, though, considering the basis. Something didn't work out the way you would have thought, but you're like not giving up. You're not giving up, and it's kind of because it's a complex situation with a lot of emotions, and it's almost as if there's frustration that you don't fully know how to express to the other person that you like them. That's what it. There's a little bit of frustration on your part, Virgos, that you like. It's like, damn, everything I do just kind of seems to set them off. But like Virgos, I can tell you right now from these 3 cards, the thing that's setting them off is that it's like the lag and delay in communication is the time in communication. Because if you like text them and they text you back and they're all excited, but then it goes like 3 days go by, but you're like, in the hospital saving lives or whatever it is you do for your career. If you're like, I'm just going to hyper focus on this. And then if they like throw a little, from your point of view, you'll probably view it as a needy, as like a pissy fit, a temper tantrum. But from their point of view, they literally like, oh my God, my person's reaching out. Oh, were they just like ignoring me? Were they ghosting me? I'm trying to think of a psychology term for that. It's in psychology where they like, I can't think of the name of it. But it's where intermittent, not communication, intermittent. I can't remember the term for it, but it's where you're not consistent in your communication and your touch points with them. You're intermittent in it. So sometimes when they reach out to you, they get a warm hug from you. Sometimes when they reach out, they get backhanded slapped. But if you don't tell them their schedule, then how do they know which one it is? So when they develop a little bit of maybe not fear, a little anxiety around you, like, come on, Virgos, you got to admit the role that you played in that. I can't think of the name of it. It's for those of you who are really into psychology, though. It's that anxious. When you're 2, you build your attachment style: avoidant, anxious, fearful, avoidant, secure. When you have the mom who sometimes gives you the hug, sometimes doesn't, whatever, intermittent something, you guys can go. For those of you who are into psychology, you'll know what I'm talking about. You can Google it. But for those of you who are not, I'm telling you everything that you need to know about it. I just tend to attract a lot of people who are in their heads and like to do internet research, so I try to include the words for them. If 5 out of 10 times when they reach out to you, they get a, babe, I missed you. Oh, I can't wait to see you. And the other 5 times they get, why the fuck are you texting me? You're needy. Or you just flat out ignore them. And it's like overnight. Let's say you really are working, but it's overnight and they text, they get nothing. If their mind goes to, especially if it's in the beginning of a relationship, they go to, why are they ignoring me? Like, it's night. What the heck? They didn't tell me they were working. It would be okay and normal for them to jump to a conclusion of, wait, are they seeing someone else? And then if you the next morning text back something like, quit being so needy, don't text me at night, from your point of view, you might be viewing it as, I'm trying to work here and they're taking away from it. They're trying to sabotage my career and I won't tolerate that. But they're over there downward spiraling in the personal relationship, like, why doesn't he love me? Why isn't he texting me back? Because their mindset is trying to love and connect with you and they don't know your schedule. They don't know that you're at work. Virgos, that's an easy problem to solve. Hey babe, here's my schedule. I'm working this way. Send them a text. Send them a selfie. Jesus, 10 seconds, they feel loved. 10 seconds, you get someone who is, when you come home, instead of someone who's like all full of anxiety, instead of someone who is like, what were you doing last night? You get someone, babe, you were working so hard. Give me a hug. I'm so glad we get to spend time together. So Virgos, which one do you want to come home to? You gotta adopt and change how much communication you share with your partner. You gotta trust that the person that you're gonna partner with and marry is on your side. And it's blatantly obvious, guys, when people aren't on your side. Don't hang out with those people anymore. And be willing to try a new way of communication, a new way of sharing about your personal life, about your needs with people who aren't that crazy. Okay, it looks like in the current moment, yeah, you got the world reversed. So this definitely is like a big life lesson for you. Like you've got to learn it no matter what for you to get the type of love that you want into your life, Virgo. Whether you do it now, in a couple months, it's really up to you. It's the world, so you do have a little bit more control over when it happens. It's not the wheel. The wheel, it happens no matter what, and it's like out of the blue, and it just, bam, I guess I'm learning that lesson. This, you have a little bit more control over when it happens. And it kind of just looks like right now, you're being a beautiful, typical Virgo of let me gain composure, let me just sit back, let me balance my emotions, can't trust my emotions, let me analyze them. But literally you're letting the world pass by as you do that. Guys, if you're sitting there evaluating a love situation, it's been 3 months, the other person, it's a normal reaction for them to try to move on. And you're like, why aren't they being friendly when I text back? It's just kind of like, you thought you would have been further along in your love life than you would have by now. You weren't prepared and recognized that the love life was going to have as many lessons as your career was going to have. If you get the 10 of Earth, so that means you definitely value your career. You had to hit milestones. You had to pass tests. You had to get recommendation letters. You had to do internships, fellowships, whatever it is you had to do. There's a little bit of a growing lesson in love too. It's not about who's the one person who does every single thing that I need, who meets my meticulous Virgo checklist to fit my lifestyle. Virgo, there's a little bit of give and take because it's another human being. We're not robots, you know? And I feel you guys in this read. I'm a Capricorn, so we have, I've done all the Earth signs today. I'll do 3 more tomorrow too. Going into your near future, okay, this is interesting. 5 of Earth. So this can play out a lot of different ways, especially given the other cards. You either don't like your current job anymore, or you're either uncertain if they're going to fire you or not, or you're uncertain if you're just going to quit or not. You'll 100%, you're like, damn, it's not as satisfying as I would have thought. You also could be recognizing the 4th way. Damn, love life and family life is just as important as this rewarding career. So you might actually really like your job. You're like, oh, this is a fulfilling place, but there's no love life going on. Another way it could be playing out is hyper-focusing on all the ways it could go wrong if you try to rekindle with someone, or hyper-focusing on all the things that are wrong with your love life. There's a lot of different ways that this could play out for you in the future. Comment below, guys. Give me your feedback. You got that from a Taurus. Don't ask questions, secretive and hot and cold. But don't date that person. Don't date that person. You want someone who's consistent, guys. You want someone who's consistent. You don't want that person, you text them, hey, yeah, let's hang out this weekend. And then they're like, yeah, let's definitely do that. I'll call you. And then like you have to be the one to call. Nah, fuck that. That person's insecure, guys. That person is extremely insecure. And you are always going to have to be the one over showing affection. You're just always going to have to be the one over showing affection if you get in that kind of relationship. And you're important too. You deserve to know that they care too. Okay, so your personal power this month, is get out of your own head, Virgo. Uh, it's getting out of analyzing the situation. It's getting out of analyzing the situation. It's getting out of, some of you are going to be analyzing why a situation went wrong. Some of you are going to be analyzing, why can't people just understand that this is my career? So it's kind of like you would be that career person blaming, like, I guess that partners don't like partners who can provide anymore, instead of just admitting, oh, the way I'm approaching relationships is just wrong. So you're kind of in your head analyzing it instead of taking a little bit of an interpersonal self-growth on it. So your personal power is to kind of like wake up and realize, well, it's not even that card upright. Your personal power is often to kind of like wake up and recognize that there's personal growth for you to be had here. There's a different way for you to approach love for it to start working. I mean, until you get that world card's going to stay reversed, guys. In terms of outside people around you, damn, Virgos, whoever that person was, they wanted you too. They wanted you. King of Water reverse. They wanted you. They feel disappointed. They kind of feel like there's nothing they could do. The other person recognizes there's nothing I could do in this situation. Sorry, I can't give you more. The other person likes you. They love you. If it's not romantic, guys, that means your boss wants you there, but they recognize, okay, let me give you an example in case this is like work for you and not love. Let's say that there was like a CEO of a major company. Like I know that, what's that airline? That airline, Southwest. Southwest had an airline where they used to always encourage people to call, and they had a really big call center, and they would stay with you as long as the phone as they needed. And the tellers on the, the customer service people, they would take care of all of the issues while the person was on the phone call. The new one who came over and took over changed the way that the call center went. And nope, we want all calls under 2 minutes. You got to direct them back to the website. You got to get them to the website. You got to start them off with how to do it and say, if you need any help, call us back. Because they were trying to make the people more self-sufficient and to go to the website to do the shit on the website instead of call customer support. So I know a person who worked there, and the company they told them the new training, gave them new training, told them how to handle calls, role played lots of scenarios with them. They were having but that just doesn't have the personal touch to it. They were like, okay, let us give you retraining again. Sometimes you got to wake up and do things in a new way. And if it's a work environment, how you think it should be done kind of doesn't matter as much as the person who's paying you. You got to like wake up, Virgo, and recognize like they wanted it to work with you, whether it was a love, family, or work. They wanted it to work. They either retrained or they either tried to communicate with you, babe, I need you to be more open to me. They wanted it, but they're recognizing that they can't do anything until you have your epiphany moment. Okay, in terms of your hopes or fears, Virgos, you're so cute. So your hopes or fears is the 2 of fire. So there's some sort of like accomplishment that you've had that you're like, okay, I've kind of come into my own. I've got enough like confidence going on. And you're just afraid of giving up your independence. You're like afraid of giving up your independence. You're afraid of like losing yourself in a relationship. So that's so cute. That's cute. Oh, guys, Virgos, I love you. You guys are cute. You're a little afraid of giving up your independence. In terms of your outcome for this month, some of you are going to have the bit of epiphany moment, the bit of the awareness of, okay, I think perhaps I could do things differently, but you're going to have a hard time letting it go. Some of you are going to be, nah, there's nothing wrong with me. I just need to find the person who loves me for me. So it kind of looks like, Virgos, you're kickstarting the lesson of how to be a team player, of how to know that the other person will take your needs as equal to your own. And if you guys had trauma when you were 2, the whole golden chat, and this part is literally just for people who know a bit about psychology. If for those of you who don't, you can go watch my video, Why Did I Attract a Narcissist? If you just kind of want to understand this dynamic a little bit more. That the golden child and the rebel child, when there's abuse, right? The rebel child learns, I need to take care of my needs first. I need to defend my needs. I need to take care of my needs first. I need to defend my needs. So when you're an adult, it's kind of like that moment where you're like, Oh, that person grows up with this mindset that no one else takes my needs as equal to their own, so I have to defend them and I have to get them met first. A lot of people like to call them narcissists. Guys, in my world, the spiritual world, being a narcissist isn't a bad, evil thing. It's just someone who needs to get their needs met first because when they were younger, their needs weren't met by their primary caregivers. So that like the way they approach life is kind of understandable. They're not evil. Your biggest growth, if you were the rebel kid, if you were the scapegoat growing up, is that the person that you are going to be with will take your needs as equal to your own. All you have to do is, hey, here's my need, here's what I need to feel good. They will either meet that need or they will say, how can we meet this in another way that also meets my need? This one is obviously Virgos. Given this read, you're going to love that one the most. You have to make room for that second one of, okay, I also have this need. How can we meet this? Because that person's trying to have an active dialogue with you. How can we make sure both of our needs get met? So you got to start being open to that category of people, Virgo. Otherwise, you're just going to not have no love life. All right, guys, I am available I opened up private one-off reads again, power hours with spirit. But this is for the person, you want like accelerated growth. It's literally a power hour. A couple of the ones I've done, it's literally, we stop the bleeding in your life and get you all patched up. And then you get your next 3 to 6 months of your personal growth laid out. So you get a personal, it's a power hour. You get vibrationally shifted on the phone call. You get everything you need to learn over 3 to 6 months to completely like shift and rationalize your life. Everyone to date has said, you've changed my life on the power hours I've done so far. So if you want that, go to kellylunt.com/power hour with spirit. If you book one, I'm gifting you a seat to my workshop January 25th. I don't have the sales page up for the workshop if you guys just want the workshop. That will come in a week or so. But if you buy a power hour, you receive as a gift a seat to that workshop as well, which is $500 value. So I love you guys. Mwah, mwah. I hope this reading helped you. Give me a comment below. I always love coming back to seeing how it helped you. Every Monday, I go live, High Vibe Monday, 2 to 3 p.m. for some live reads. Thursdays in my group, I might do it on YouTube too. I'm going to start doing meditation. We're going to just start off with a guided meditation, 10 to 20 minutes, and then we'll do some individual reads for people too. That's going to start being Thursdays, 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I haven't picked the exact time yet. We'll find out this Thursday since it's the first week I'm doing it. But I love you guys. It's going to be a meditation to completely shift your energy to get a new reality and then some individual coaching for people. Love you guys.